Stargate, Captain's Log. Well, I could have sworn it was a Saturday. Could have sworn. I was close. It turns out it's a Friday. Judging from that, you probably infer that I haven't exactly been very inspired over the last few weeks. Shit was going okay, you know. I was doing that job teaching. Was operative word, past tense. Throughout the week, I had these really good people, good students, and fun, and it's all good. The very last lesson for that week, these 3 boys, for want of a different word, and they were adamant they were not going to listen to me, and they just decided to stuff around through the whole class, not even listen to me, not engage with me, nothing. And the mothers were in this other room, they could hear what's going on, and it kind of ticked me off a bit. I didn't say anything in the class, but as I was walking down the stairwell, there's a stairwell right there. Oh, it's 9 o'clock in the morning on a Friday, and get some energy drinks. I've got a pack filled with energy drinks here. Yeah. The stairwell of contemplation. Yeah, these 3 creatures. Well, anyways, after the class, I said my goodbyes and all, and as I was walking down the stairwell in this building in town, I kind of let out a bit of an expletive. With there's a lizard. Hello, look at the beautiful blue tail on the thing. And so as I was walking down the stairwell, beautiful blue tail that thing had. Stairwell. I let out this expletive with the letter F in front of it. And turns out that the echo, one of the mothers overheard me. I got fired. Yeah. It's pretty rare for me to be fired. The submarine of contemplation. Yeah. Yeah. If it wasn't for those 3, things would be just rolling along. Here you go. Oh, maybe it's just not to be for me or whatever. Anyways, what I plan to do, I'm going over that way. It's going to take a few hours. It's questionable as to whether I'll be sober enough to do so, but I'm going to plan to present some things. Yes, that's the plan. Let's see how we go. Oh God. I just checked my pack here. It turns out I do have my other battery for this thing, so that's good. Well, not to be outdone. Get boot. Well, can't complain too much. He's having a good time, isn't he, that bloke? Can't complain too much. It's 9 o'clock on a Friday. Got a beer. It's going to be got my sunglasses. It's going to be super humid. Really humid. It's warm now, I can tell. Anyways, yeah, the humidity, that really knocks you around. Got a bit of water here. It's good. Pack filled with energy drinks. Got the tallies in there. So that pack will get lighter as I go. Alright. Soldier on. That's all we can do in this clown world. God, I swear I've landed on the planet of the apes. I really have. I don't know, last few weeks I've been looking at some deeply political stuff, and I'm thinking, by God, these by Jove, I say, these These filthy apes that are running the show. God. Oh. Honestly. Oh, okay. Let's just soldier on, shall we? I've got some rice fields and stuff the way over there. I'm going to go and walk through. Okay, let's just soldier on. There you go. Oh, that was alright. Two ladies just consecutively. Then I was walking along over there. I'm just waltzing along. There's a gaijin savage, no face diaper or any of that bullshit. And both were really sort of hello and konnichiwa and bowed to me and all that. So this is a nice area, man. Yeah, that was a feel good pick me up, wasn't it? What have we got here? Kanji, 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 kanji. Rehabilitation. 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 Hashimoto. Kanji, 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 kanji. Clinic. Alright, so that'll be that. The Beppu Clinic. I presume. Beppu Kanji, kanji. Clinic. What's that? Day something. Lee. Oki something. Holy poo or some bullshit. Some kanji camera, kanji, oh, whatever. Must be like a CT scanner thing or something. Oh, I don't know. What's it say down below there? Cashless. Oh, whatever. Now, what we're going to do. Well, life lessons. Over there, you can see there's two petrol stations. See this one here, it's got flashing lights for the cost. Don't go there. They're not going to reveal what you're going to have to pay. Right? I think that's self-service too. And yeah, if they don't reveal what you have to pay, just go there. Yeah. Self. Alright, so that's self-service. Yes. Now, what I'm going to do is just continue on the journey. Yeah. Beautiful region, all kinds of rice fields and what have yous. Now I could go that way, but I want to go that way and walk through the rice field area, which is really beautiful. So what I'm going to do is but I just know that up there you've got sidewalks and over there you don't. So it's kind of shit for about half hour. Nah, won't take that long. But it's really beautiful. God, the smell of, I love the smell of gasoline in the morning. Get high off that. I wonder if the blokes at work there get high. I bet I would. See that over there? It says something waterfall or whatever. Maibaru interchange. That's the highway thing. What else it say there? Something temple. Something or others. Itoshima something park. Research park or some bloody thing. Yes. Well, there you go. Alright. Okay, I won't run electricals around a petrol station. Sounds a bit silly, but you shouldn't. Mini shiny. Yes. Let's go and have a look at that. Right, this area. Everyone's got a decent plot of land. I don't have any. Yeah, they're good. Anyways, now today. Oh, that's an awesome place, isn't it? What I'm going to do, the mission for today, is just try to be happy. Yeah? Try to get to a level of happy. Yes, that's what I'm going to strive for. Actually, I'm supposed to go to this hardware store. I mentioned an Aussie compatriot. I said, oh yeah, I'll get that done. Gate ball. I'll get that done. And I wonder why these cars are all here. Mama-san or Ba-san doing the vegetable-y thing. Yeah, I'm supposed to get to that hardware store and have a look at these thingies, and sort of didn't get around to it for some strange reasons. But anyways, today yeah, so I haven't been thoroughly inspired, but a little bit inspired to go for a nice trundly walk. Yes, do that. And who knows, I might get even more inspired a bit later and actually just keep walking. I've got to go all the way that way and all the way that way. Might happen. We do have water. Oh yes, I'm telling you, God, I'm sweating like a freaking crazy man. Sweating like a crazy man. Oh, head dunk. Oh, there you go. Oh, yes. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm sweating alright, that's for bloody sure. Mosquitoes, I don't like them. Nope. Quite a few of them around here. Alright, chuck them on the noggin. What do we got here? Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Damn shame that's locked off and they're not. I just got an echo. Oh, an echo. Yeah, an echo kind of didn't fare me too well a few weeks ago. God. Suzu bell. See, this is Shinto. Good way to plug what I'm going to talk about today. So this is a Suzu style bell. Now with Shinto, you also got a different type. And what they would have off case, they have like a rope and a round piece of wood type of thing and on it, and then they go boom. And the type of bell I'm going to present today is of the older type. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to refer to a video of a chap I'm friendly with, he by the name of Sam, and he's involved in a YouTube channel called Feel Fukuoka, and so he goes around like I do and checks stuff out, and he went to a village and stayed overnight at this place with a family and all, and like picked vegetables and all this kind of stuff in this country town type of thing. They actually went to, oh god, I can't even remember the province name right now. It's on the, here's Kyushu, right, Honshu, Hokkaido, Shikoku, here's Kyushu. I'm over in the western, on the eastern side of Kyushu, which is one of the main islands, I'm standing on right now. Yeah, there's a province over there that he went to, and he went to what he mentioned was the oldest wooden shrine. Was it the oldest wooden shrine? No, the oldest wooden shrine in Kyushu. Okay, there you go. So, and there's a brief moment where he rings the, that you can see the type of bell that I'm going to present today. And, check this out. It was made in 1767. Yeah. Hey, when times are tough, you gotta still sell your good stuff. And so yeah, so I did get fired. So I'm gonna have to present some of my really good shit. Anyways, that there, the real deal Buddhist bell. Oh, it's even got an antique striker with it. Look at that. Am I even showing it? You know, I'm looking at it, not even looking through this greeny thing. Wow, there you go. There's an incense burner right next to it, that white thing. And I can see lots of incense. That's incense right there. That's the real deal. That's green stuff, that one. Some of them are different colours. But yeah, I can see some motto or something. I don't know what. There's some beautiful kanji written on it too. That's a beautiful bell. So, what I'm going to present today is something that has connotations of Buddhist and Shinto, which is often that happens, and especially in ancient times. And so, well, I'm talking 1767 here, this thing that I'm going to present. Yeah, so definitely I'll get the I think I copied the link to that particular video with the Feel Fukuoka. Feel Fukuoka, it's they get a lot of young people go and do travel type things around, generally around Kyushu, or they might go to a fancy restaurant or some kind of, you know, an establishment sort of thing. So yeah, they're really good. It's a little bit too wild for my taste. Just kidding. No, they're actually a very clean-cut type of people, you know. They're not the type of people that walk down a stairwell and throw out an expletive and get fired. You know, I'm not realising that someone overheard me because of the echo. Alright then, we'll continue on. Yeah, I'm glad that I actually found my other battery. In fact, I was shuffling around in my bag here, and I was taking this bag and taking all my schooly stuff to this job, and there was one of the mothers took a photo of myself and the previous teacher, and with this kid, with this genius kid, and yeah, she was fantastic. I really enjoyed, like, some of the students. There was adults and kids, and some of them were fantastic, really funny, and yeah, it was alright, but oh, so be it, I say. Alright, how's that, eh? Beautiful. That's a nice sized bell too. Yes, if I can get it in the shot. Often these are open, and that's a rarity. I think this is saying when it's going to be open. Yes, it's praying to one's ancestors. That's generally how that works. Okay, so let's yeah, I'm starting to feel a bit better now, aren't I? I think that water kind of picked me up. Oh wow, what have we got there? That's a jizzle. And a spider web all over my head. Yay! Jizzle sama. Wow, and that at some stage in ancient times would have been some, come on, family crest. All of these. And that's faded due to time. Jizzle sama right there. Huge. Alright. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to feel a bit better now, you know. You get knocked down and then you get up, and mate of mine, he's always quoting Rocky, it's not about how hard you get hit or something, bloody it's not about how hard you hit. Alright, a bit more mountain water and we'll continue. Okie cookie. Got dunked my head again under that. Doesn't take long before you're dry. Oh, well, kind of, relatively speaking. I mean, clothing wise, in the humidity you get saturated. Look at this joint. Look at that. God, it looks like a temple, doesn't it? Okay, the ubiquitous K truck. It's got one over there. Oh, do I see another shrine? Hey, what have we got over here? Oh, beautiful place, huh? Oh, just love it. Look at the size of that. God damn it, eh? Why wasn't I born into a good family? Actually, I think my parents watch my stuff. I know I've said some bloody rude shit, but oh well, there you go. Hey, blame this. I shouldn't hold a grudge. No reason to. Now these are the huge flagpoles, see? Of the Nobori. I think I've still got a few listed from my Etsy store. Yes. Well, someone said the other day, sorry to hear about what happened, what they did to your eBay business. Yeah, oh, thanks. So, I appreciate such wordings. Here we go, righty. Oh, this is a good one. Shishi. Lion dog. Hello. Oh, hello. There you go. That's where you generally wash give yourself a bit of a washy poos. And they usually have ladles. There's probably got one. Maybe the hook for it. Usually have a ladle around here somewhere. And I turn the water off. Which means very few people come here. Yes. That's alright. This would be a nice spot for me to put something on and do a photo shoot here, hey. I've done plenty of that over the years, like with my eBay business, you know. Didn't I do plenty of that stuff? And then bad people. I swear, this world is far more bad people than they do good people. Suzu bells. Beautiful. You're here. This one. That's it too. There we go. Shinto. Nice. You can hear a person. These are called Ishidoro. Stone lanterns. Ishi meaning stone. Yes. You know, I was told that a few shrines. I went to a shrine a while back and a guy was practicing gate ball, as you saw at the game just over there. And he told me, because it was all brand new, and he told me that an arsonist burned it down. Now, who would do that? You know, really? Who would do that? Oh, look at this. Hey, what's he doing here? Isn't that cool? That's a representation, old school style representation of a lion dog. Yeah, what? And I was told that on a few occasions that some Shinto shrines were burnt down. In fact, I think one of the castles, was it Kumamoto Castle, was it? Some bastard decided to burn that, you know, and huge damage. I think it was Kumamoto. I've been there years ago. But I mean, we're talking about something just beautiful, and the time it takes to build this stuff. I think that also there was the Kumamoto earthquake that happened some years ago, damaged the one of the sections of Kumamoto Castle, and so they're compiling funding to have that repaired. In fact, that guy Sam that I mentioned, he talked about that on his on the Field Fukuoka. It's a great show. What they put together. It's very tame and family friendly kind of stuff. Years ago, some guy got stuck into him about it, saying, you know, that they're not professional actors and all this sort of stuff, and we're like, why don't you go find yourself somewhere else, mate? You know, I actually wrote that in the message board, letting the chap know I wasn't very pleased with his sentiments, and you know, what they do is they get people, young people that off case they might be new to Japan or something like that, and they've got that, I don't know, the honeymoon feeling kind of thing, you know, and so they're all excited, and they get to go someplace and present someplace, and that's good. It's really wholesome. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, you know, like one might not expect a wild man like me to be interested in that, but they go to places that I have been to. They do stuff that I do, you know. So yeah, well, I'm doing it right now, aren't I? Matsutri. Yes. So that's what I do. You know, I'm feeling better now. And what do they put in this stuff? It's a funny looking energy drink. Oh shit, this is not going to work out too good. Oh, whatever. You live, you die. Whatever happens in between happens. That's one of my philosophical quotes. Ishidoro, old school. Well, so what I figure I can do, because I have my other battery. I know the other battery's charged up. This particular battery's been sitting in my bag for weeks, but I presume it's still got some reasonable charge. Wow, isn't this rad? Whoa, cool. Why wasn't I born into a rich family? We could have a manor house, eh? Just ride around on donkeys and all day long, horses. I was looking at when I had that job, I was thinking, you know, I'll save up a bit of dough, and I found a horse racing track. God damn. In Saga, which is over that mountain plateau. I know that there's one up in Kolkura, and a mate and I, we went up there one day. God, we had a laugh. That was fantastic. He might be watching right now. Hey, Shu. Anyways, look at that house up there, eh? How come I wasn't born into that family? Hey? Actually, I think my mother watches. She actually commented one time after I had a bit of a spiel. I wasn't very happy on that particular day, and she's like trying to explain to me, you know, why shit's just a bit effed, and I'm like, don't worry about it, I was just drunk. Who cares? This alright? Yes, this is alright. It's a Friday, and walking along in the rice fields, having a look at the beautiful manor house up there. Oh my God, salty cracker. God, he's funny, that dude. Really in tune. Alright, 9:45 in the morning. Yes. Hey, this ain't so bad. Things could be worse. I'm thinking, if I'm sober enough, it's questionable, when I do finally get there, I'm showing presenting the dragon bell. I showed it, what was it, a week or two ago or something, some time ago. Actually, the Donster, Donnie out there, he goes, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to call him the Donster. I don't know, I'm just thinking, always put something of the stir on the end. It's just what Aussies do. Anyways, Donnie there, he mentioned, God damn, that's a beautiful bell, man. It is. Alright. Yeah, it's a shame that some things. If Donnie is watching, I don't know if you purchased those Geta, the pro running shoes. Well, actually, did alright this month, actually, and that's in the bad time of year. So, and they tell me everything's chockers. So, yeah, no idea what's in the container. Don't know. Tomatoes. Don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's in there. I haven't been there for years. Tried to get back all that. Getting an echo out of my can now. Echoes haven't been very good for me of late. Oh, shit, I'm drifting under the road. That's nice, huh? Yes. What was I rambling on about? The dragon bell. Yeah, I'm thinking of presenting that. Hopefully. I've got another memory cardy thing with me too, just in case. Because, well, this is all just ramble, and I should actually separate this ramble from the actual presentations today, but whatever. Times are tough. Yeah, I don't know, maybe some Richie out there will throw some dough at me for the dragon. Oh yeah, my Aussie compatriots helped out my existence this month, and yeah, as I said, that's in what's traditionally a shitty month, right? You know, like because of Clown World too, you know, the Cal-19 hoax, that messed up a lot of things too. But generally, in the summertime, in Aussie land, there is sort of the time when things are going on. But I was quite enamoured when Donnie said, actually people are out and they're buying stuff, and you know, you can go out now. You know, and it's amazing how our controllers say, hey, you're allowed to go out now. Rad looking rig up there. Mate of mine said I could have one of those. He was actually going to give me one. Yeah, it was years ago. I declined it. Looks too gangster. Anyways, yeah, I was quite enamoured by hearing that, you know, people are going out and they are buying stuff and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I had I wouldn't say a fantastic month, but enough to keep me in shoes, you know, keep paying the rent and all that. So I'm very happy with that. I mean, if that's in a bad month, imagine a good month. So what I'm trying to do is collect together enough bank so at least if I could get on a flight, you know, to survive if I had to. But, you know, I tried to get on a flight and those filthy bastards, they kept saying, oh, this leg of the journey is not available now, but we've got this option, but you have to pay. And then 2 days later they come back and stick you again. And they stuck me twice, $1,500 down the drain, and many other people got scammed too. But they say if you have no stops, right? No, then they have to guarantee that you can get your money back, right? But it's crazy, ridiculously mental expensive, and some jerk offs are going to say, oh, have you got something in your body? And I'm like, what? I don't want that thing in my body, you know. I think you can go anyways without it, so that's good. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep that option, trying to create that option that if it really hits the fan, I can be able to get on a no stops, just straight to, I don't give a flying toss where, anywhere on mainland Aussie land, you know, anywhere on terra firma, I don't give a flying toss. You know, you can throw me in the fucking wherever's the Daintree, I'll make it out of there, go old Rambo style. Yeah, I'll take a few of these with me. Yeah, so I'm trying to get to that point where that'll that can facilitate that possibility. Sadly, like those filth on eBay there when they stole my money, and I was always kept enough money to keep my rego going, and they stole that, so I couldn't re-register my rig, and it's got a few issues because someone rammed in the back of me, and I didn't have the heart to punch up her boyfriend in front of her after he berated me. Yeah, poor girl, she's the one that, she hit me, you know, like in the back. That's their fault, and got stuck into me. I swear, I rarely want to hurt someone, but something flashed through me. It was like, I want to hurt this guy. Yeah, I want to hurt him. Actually, when we're on the phone, I sort of explained to him it's probably not a good idea if you're rude to me. But I just said, alright, just give us a couple of $100, I'll get a new tailgate and that'll be that. But it's all tweaked up, and it's stuffed my torsion bar and a tie rod, and yeah, a tie rod was shot, and then I had to have that replaced. Thankfully you can get them El Cheapo, it's only like $30 or something. But yeah, it's tweaked. So really what it would need is to be on a rack and stretched. Yeah. All I'm going to do is pull the steering wheel off the spline, move it one position, slap it back on. You're supposed to put a new washer or something on. Am I just blabbering all kinds of nonsense and putting all that together? Yeah. Can't believe that shit. I could just reel off. See, God hates me. That's what it is. I could just reel off for months the attack upon my very soul. Yeah, it's fascinating. Yeah, it's just fascinating. A lesser man would have killed himself years ago. I think for this battery thing, well, that's for this camera thing, I think it goes for 17 minutes and then it shuts itself down. That's what just happened. Yes, and I was just talking about real happy stuff, wasn't I? Oh, God. It's accommodating. Oh, like this. I ain't got the old filter fan. You need that. Actually, years ago, I worked on this farm, and the bloke had a few of us foreign savages. No, this is Australia, so a few of us backpackers, and we had a tractor on one end and a tractor on the other, and this roller system, and we had to walk down the rows and just with some brooms and just hold up the plastic as they were rolling it out and rolling it over these really, really long greenhouses. I've done shit tons of jobs. Yeah, like I've done just all kinds of stuff. Yeah. I lived out of a backpack for 6.5 years. So I did all kinds of stuff. Yes, cashies are the best. Yes, that was then on my hippie trail. Yeah. Well, at least, you know, when I look at my very existence, I think I've done a lot of cool stuff. I've done a lot of stuff. Some people haven't exactly done a whole lot of stuff. They're all on TikTok going, intersectionality. They're all trying to explain you and teach you stuff. I'm like, right. Actually, I don't TikTok or TikTok or whatever it's called. I don't do that. I just listen to Oldin's Men. He's on YouTube. He's just a straight shooter, you know. He tells it like it is. This is the generation of today. God damn. God help us. I was having a look last night at extreme body modifications. God, I thought I was lost. And now I'm lost, and now I'm found it. You know, just by God. I wonder if that house is abandoned. It's got all kinds of trees and stuff growing on. I don't see any road. Oh well. Okay, I'm just gonna I'm starting to feel alright. Yeah, I mean, when you're down in trouble. Oh, no, he's gonna start singing everything. And you need a helping hand. Something or other. Dun, 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 dun. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. All you gotta do is get some beers and go for a walk on a Friday morning somewhere in the countryside to see you again. Right. Okay. I better take a swig. That kind of hurt. Happy time. Yeah. Alright, I better reload. I've got like 4 full magazines in the back, so hang on a second. That's better. Right, I've got 3 full magazines here, and still in there. Actually, not 2 full magazines, 3? Yeah. 3 full magazines plus that one, so that's good. That'll be plenty. That'll get me back to the next filling station. Yeah. Thankfully, it's very cloudy, which has only sort of just occurred to me as I stopped there. Fundamentally, it drastically cooled the temperature. Yes. Oh, hello to you, my 2 new subscribers. Yes, someone subscribed to me last night and someone a couple of days ago. I'm glad you joined I'm glad you joined myself and compilation of 412 Ronin. Here's to you. Yes. You are. Ah, that's better. Yes, 412 Ronin. I know that my channel has been very much, what do you call it, shadow banned or wormholed or whatever they call it. In fact, they've only just started. See, a lot of my comments were just not seen. They just disappeared. See, they say if you log out and you log in on some other thing or something like that, you can have a look to see if your comments are being disappeared. And a lot of my comments were just disappeared. Yeah, and some other, that's not figment imagination-y thingies. No, it's real. Because I was watching I got the idea from this bloke that he was saying, look, he puts up a comment, and then whoosh, within a couple of minutes it's gone. Yeah, imagine some kind of jerk off that's what they do for their very existence. They ban. It could be just the algorithm-y thing, right? They've set up things so if you say certain things or whatever, scribe certain things, you know, and they just shit can you. But you know, some sad acts out there are actually employed, like the SJWs, employed to do that. You know, imagine how, like, you get to, you know, Nancy Pelosi's age or something, and you look back at your life and go, right, what did I do? Oh God. Yeah. You know, or you meet someone and you're like, whoa, this is like my soulmate. You know, this bird and I, we could go to the end of that road together. You know, and then she says, what do you do? And you know, it's just going really well, all kinds of romance, and you know, you're just about to kiss for the first time. She says, you never told me what you do. And so you tell her, and then she's like, run to the hill. Oh, where you going? I'm an SJW that, you know, deletes people's comments and stuff because, you know, free speech. Yeah. Oh God. Thankfully, I've had like 13 girlfriends in my life, so, and pretty ones to boot. And anyone that knows me real well can contest it. Not contest it, attest. Contest. Just punch him. Attest that that's true. Damn straight it's true. Granted, I used to have a surfy kind of haircut, and now I'm just sporting the Bruce Willis style. And I reckon next week I might get a perm. Yeah, I'm feeling happier now. Happy juice. another hour will be wonky juice. Look at this. This is all runoff from the mountain. Up there's a beautiful waterfall. That's all mountain water. Now, for centuries they've been doing this. These flatland areas. It's amazing the topography around here. Like over there, you got mountains, flatland, sea. And here you got mountains, sporadic flatland. I've never said that word in my life. Where'd that come from? And more mountains. But the river systems seem to find a way through. Go over there. Yes. So we're on a road to nowhere. Come on inside. Yes, beautiful topography. Now, what was I rambling on about earlier? See, sporadic. Yeah, I've never said that. Yes. I was trying to think of a word that would describe spasmodic. Those assholes. On your report card at this shitty school I went to, one of the shitty schools I used to go to, there was 5 different categories or something, you know, very good or a tentative or some bullshit like that. And I always got a spasmodic, they always ticked it, every one of them, a spasmodic approach to work. Hey, they weren't lying. Dragonfly, dragonfly, dragonfly. There's a crowy over there, and there's Stalky. Yes, spasmodic approach to work. I mean, I'm not Looney Tunes, but this place, mate, I'm telling you, this place can mess up your brain. Oh, God. Yes, it can do stuff to your brain. That's why every year I would try to go back to Australia and call, there you go, Stalky's going already. I knew he'd go, but because they're a fight or flight bird. And I would call it re-Australianise or re-normalise, which is like at one stage when it really was affecting me bad. I remember I was in Brisbane. I was walking around the mall type of streets, you know, and I could hear English all around me. I was married at the time. When I got back to Japan, I said that to Exie. I said, you know, it's just a very strange feeling. I could hear English all around me. Yeah, and one time I was so deeply affected that I couldn't even find the dipstick. Yeah, dipstick. I couldn't even find the frickin' dipstick on my engine. Now I've pulled the frickin' head off that thing. You know, I had to change a gasket. I couldn't, you know, just the damage. Yeah. A bloke I met probably a couple of weeks ago now. I was walking along and I was listening to my iPod thing. I got it to work. Can you believe that? Another offshoot thought. I was walking along at the beach there, and I could hear some English. I'm like, oh, what's going on? I go, oh, I can hear the master language. This bloke said, oh, hi. And turns out there was a Chinese guy and this bloke from, what did I say, Venezuela. That's it. He's a lawyer, and he's over here doing some doctorate or something like that, I think he said. It's all in English, but he says he can't handle he's going to go to France next. He says because there's English there, and sounds odd, doesn't it? I'm not odd, but he says he can't handle it because of it's just like the limitations of English. And he actually said to me, I'm glad you're here because I get a chance to speak English first time in weeks, you know. I'm like, yeah, man, no worries. So it's very helpful, Stalky, to have that foreign sort of click. And like for instance, sometimes I might go into town and there'll be, you know, I walk in the door and just you pretty much know everybody in the place, you know. So that's really cool. And so you really need that. Okay, back to the offshoot thought. My iPod, I actually was iPod Nano for years now. The iTunes thing doesn't recognize. God, I had to pull that word out. I was about to say reconciliation. Recognize the iPod, and so I don't know, for some reason I got on BitTorrent, and I thought, give this another whirl, see if it works. So I got on this YouTubey thing and it said, oh, iPod Nano working in 2022. I wonder if that, I don't know, if I have an older version of the iTunes thing. I tell you, that iTunes program, but God, trying to navigate that thing. Whoever designed that needs a right good torturing, you know. Yeah, I'll do it for free. You know, I'll even bring the blowtorch. I mean, God. Anyways, right. Probably turned out that bloke's 6'5" and he's built like a brick shit house. what did you say? he's from like Sweden, and he's in like the world's strongest man or something, and his name's Hathor or some shit. Nothing, there was the beer talking. Anyways, so I plugged in my iPod, and it recognised it. I was like, oh. And then, as you do, oh. And so I got the BitTorrent program, downloaded some brand new music, the greatest hits of Blondie, obviously, and yep, Fleetwood Mac, yeah, they come out, they're a brand new band, aren't they? And sometimes I would have like ebooks, you know? And so I was able to download that stuff, find the file. Now, couldn't you just have a thing on the iTunes, click find file thing, or go to add something, and then just go directly to some thingy, and then thingy the thingies? Oh no, it just wants to direct you to go to some iTunes store thing and buy shit. There you go, Hathor. Now, absolutely, he's cool as. Anyways, so it registered, and then I was able to somehow navigate that and stick that on the iTunes thing and sync that, yeah, which I had done years ago, but it's just, for years it didn't register the thing, so it worked. So over the last few weeks I've been going on some serious journey walks, yeah. Always the same song. That's very classy. And edit that out from your mind. Couldn't be asked to do it. And anyways, so in the middle of the night I've been walking around and stuff like this, and it's been like 27 degrees over those nights at night. Yeah, so it's really excellent, just weather, and wonderful. It's a great time of year to get some energy drinks and just go for a walkie poos. So I'm very impressed with that iPod Nano thing, because just like the weight of it and the size, but it's just sorcery. I don't know how that stuff works. You know, how does it work? How do you put stuff into that and then you can hear it? Rocket science, you know. But alas, if some dude said, alright, there are no fences in the entire world, what we want from you is to go collect what you need and make an AM radio that works. And I'll be like, just shoot me now. Yeah. And we're like, right, there's no walls, no fences. You can go and grab whatever resources you want. No one's gonna try to stop you. You know what we want from you is for you to build a rudimentary camera. You know, like those cameras of old, and then they use chemicals or something and create the image or something of the. Just shoot me now. I don't know. Yeah, don't know. My father would always say, oh, it's just common sense. You know, I remember once I said, what, should I just delve into my mind when this cavity of just nothing? Hang on, there's a worm, and he's in some serious trouble, isn't he? He's in some fucking trouble. Alright, come on. Okay, mate, we'll help you here. Okay, just go all Steve Irwin on it and chuck him in there. There you go. There's an ode to Steve Irwin. Alright. Yes. Yeah, he wasn't going to last very long on that, no way. See? I'm a naturalist. Alright. So natural, I'm going to get my water bottle and wash my hands. Yep. See, I knew that bloke wasn't going to last very long because he, unfortunately for that one, Steve Irwin here wasn't here. There you go. this bloke here, he's from different descent, but he's based in Germany. He says originally from, I can't remember, I've met him a few times. And this here was packed with cars, and they've still got some over there. Now, they would export cars to Germany, and I'm guessing that they've had to at least temporarily shut down the operation. They did all that themselves, apparently, the bitumen and all that. Had to shut down the operation because you know, Clown World. And, how many small businesses just got shafted, yeah? Like my business, for instance. Yes. Okay, well, some filth breeds are pilfering the coffers that the taxpayer filled. Yeah. Yeah, they did all the bitumen themselves for this too, so haven't seen a whole lot of movement here, but maybe a bit. Maybe he's a friend of his or something like that. But they've got some pretty rad cars. Yes. And, I don't know if he's doing stuff domestically or whatever, that bloke, but I know that they're all friends and stuff. But yeah, I presume that he had to just sort of shut that down, because I saw over the years he just grew and grew and grew, you know. His business was really faring well. Go over that jitto hum bikey there and drop off one of these. Hold on. Hey, what's going on? Bit of a breeze just kicked up because the sun's decided to come out again and attack me. You can hear it, the choppy chopper over there. That's a civvy. Seen of late, they weren't messing about. The Japanese self-defense force, they sent, they're still sending those big Chinooks, and sort of from down that way. Now, I don't know if they're, maybe it's US, I don't know, because I know that the US, they've got a joint down there, Sasebo, which is their big base down there, but that's Navy stuff. So I presume that those Chinooks are the Japanese self-defense force, and I presume that they're bolstering some of the islands or something like that, or it's, you know, training. Yeah, I presume that that's what they're up to. Yes, because like regional tensions, I don't know, man. Like, wouldn't it be so much easier if the Chinese government just said, all right, how about we just acknowledge the independence of Taiwan? Yeah, I can't say that. Get on TikTok. Have a tic-tac. Right. I mean, to me, so some people say the Chinese don't want to lose face, you see. But the way I reckon, because I'm the great sage of the East and I know everything, I'm better than you, obviously. Now, people say I'm too modest. Now, I reckon they would gain face, you know, the sentiment of the people of the world, and they would gain face, and in order, with this happening, that we could get back to doing what we do. You know, we trade and we get along, and it's all right. Instead of having all this constant tension, you know. The other night I was watching this bloke Sergey. I think is that how you pronounce his name? And he's on this years ago, you see, when I was on a Live Leak, or when Live Leak was good, and then the SJWs come along and then they destroyed it. But There was this bloke, it was called Real Russian Vlog, and he would just go around Russia, just like Bald and Balder. He'd sort of go around and show real Russia. None of it was scripted, and the presentation that chaps like that give, and others too, compared to what the Western media are trying to show us, apples and oranges, you know. But some apes out there going, on TikTok, No, I've seen hours and hours and hours of footage. You've seen, 5 seconds of a clip that they want you to see. They want you to think like that. Yeah. This bloke's great. The other night, he was doing a YouTube walk around in St. Petersburg. And it was great. He was just walking around, and there was like 500 of us watching, and we're on the messaging board thing. And I hadn't seen that guy for years, but years ago, but I've known of that guy for 15 years or something. And so, it was really great to be a part of that. And later on, he went into a bar and he had a few beers, and it did get very political. But I was just having a laugh. I was just describing stuff like, how about we go back on the street, because let's all chant, we want blondies, we want blondies. He's walking along all these gorgeous blondies and walking by me like Jove. Which reminded me of when this chap was doing the same kind of stuff. He was studying in Moscow, I think, and he went to this there's this traditional thing in Russia where they go to this mountain. And it's winter time, because it's probably always winter time. And there's all these babes, and they're skiing down this hill, this slope, and they're all in bikinis. I'm giving you time to just soak that in. Yeah. And I'm like, butter, and and this bloke, he met this girl. Actually, she wasn't keen on him, from what I can remember in the video. But so it's basically a documentary of what these young people do. They go to this mountain, and it's all snow and ice or whatever they have. That white stuff that's everywhere. And we don't have that in Australia, hopefully. Well, up in Kosciuszko we do, but we don't know what that white stuff is. Anyways, and they're skiing down the slope. And there's all these babes, and they're all babes, and all of them are babes, and they're in bikinis. Just try to take that in. It's like meditation. Oh God, I'm gonna have to split this video, aren't I? All right, we're gonna have to do 2 videos. One of my Buddhist stuff, real deal stuff. One's from 1900. One's from 1767. One's a crypt bell. And here I am banging on about this. God, that's enough. All right, time to work. Dun, dun, dun. Wah. Dun, dun, dun. Wah. Right then. We'll get around to that. Right. Now we've got 3 magazines left. 3 full mags. And it doesn't do that one, does it? Oh, let's try this one for about half hour. It's actually cool, so that's good. How's this going? Oh, that's not bad. That's a good idea. Chuck them in there. Yeah. Right. Well, if you can't sell your Honest Joe's used appliances, you use them. Now, let's get on to this, shall we? Okay, I guess first of all, we'll go with Shinto guy here. He's a Shinto priest. He does look bronze, but he's cast iron. I put a magnet on him to check. That's just my sweat. Oh, God. Yeah, it's not cool. I'm cool, but hey. So he is rad. I'm thinking of doing... I could sea freight him, but I'll make the option. You know what? probably better off just paying extra. You know, those tentative extra charges I was talking about, which are just nonsense. Here's, I've got a new one of these, but it's all the same. Oh, look at this. You know, I just put all these numbers to try to figure out with the extra charges and all this. You got to pay fees. Anyways, right. So that's the Shinto priest. That's him right there. And when I had my setup differently, I had a few things from a Shinto priest. Real deal. Hey, Nichi. Around here. I've got him. Oh, they're probably over there. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, he's one of my subscribers. He's actually a real deal Shinto priest. Yeah. There you go. Now, alright. So somewhere right there, that's from the 1700s, isn't it? Yes, also have something else from the 1700s. Now, okay, so that's the Shinto priest right there. Yeah, you're better off just paying the extra for airmail and, sorry, Canucks, you still can't send anything, do you, can I? Yeah. Alright, now, let's move on. I've got that down so I can step on it with the shoesies. Now, let us move on to this beautiful piece here. Oh, this is a brand new striker. This is a crypt bell. These are very rare. And some of you that have been watching my channel would have seen some crypt bells that I did sell. Difficult to come across, but they're awesome. It's like crypts where they keep the bones of their ancestors and they go there and pray to them and stuff like that. And these represent the bell representation thingies that are around the eaves. There you go. A deep resonance. And that, yeah, it's got a really cool dragon motif. Wah! I like saying that. What's a motif? I don't know. Right, so yeah, so you know, air mailing stuff. Like I say, with the tentative extra charges, very expensive. But you're better off because you know some people have been waiting 5 months and stuff. But you know, as I've been saying to people, some people, two dudes from England got their stuff, dude from France got his stuff, and someone from Bulgaria got the stuff, and they all contacted me and said we got our stuff, so that's good. Now, should we move on to this one? What about this one? Now, this here, if you'll see, you can go over there, mate. There you go. If you'll see, say that for instance. Right, the striking point, it's actually got 4 striking points. We'll get to that. Now, around here, you'll find kanji all the way around, over there. Now, a friend of mine gave me a translation. Now, this thing here, see the really old school, really worn, weathered iron pieces. What I'll do is I'll put a link to a video of a chap I know that's into the Feel Fukuoka stuff, and he actually just briefly in a shot in the oldest wooden shrine in Kyushu, which is that's one of the 4 main islands, with the island that I'm standing on, which I mentioned earlier. I don't know if I'm going to put all this together because I was just talking nonsense earlier. Having fun though. Drink a beer. Anyways, this has Buddhist and Shinto connotations. Yeah, this is the real deal from 1767. That's what the kanji tell. That's the real deal. Now these things are the older style. Generally these days you see the Suzu type bell. These are the older style. And they generally have I've seen them around, and they have like. How many temples and shrines have I been to, right? They have like a rope with a wooden like ball with a hole in it, and the rope will go through, and they knock this thing with that. So they're not designed for like resonance in the case of this. God, that's good. That's got spirit. You see, like on my YouTube channel, the main page, you'll see I took a picture where the dragon comes out of the clouds. So it looked at me, and I took that picture. No shit. Yeah, I took that picture. I was on top of a mountain. In fact, I didn't have my camera, and I saw that. I went all the way down to my car. Got my camera. I went all the way back. Actually, I think I went to go get a battery. Yeah, because my battery fell, and I got that shot. Yeah, I took that shot. Okay, so that right there has a friend of mine. He told me about this. Now, I'm going to find our phone, and we'll have a look at that text that he sent me. Haven't looked at this in ages. Okay. Now, I don't know how to pronounce this, but a mate of mine told me about this stuff here. What's he say here? The 10, I don't know how you pronounce it, 10 Raksasis or Raksus or something like that. The kanji here, rough translation is what it says, owner, shrine, the uppermost team, caretaker, Okajima Genshichi, which would be the head priest. Devotion, Yamashiro Saurakugun. Saurakugun would be an area, Hirao village. It actually says Hirao, but it's pronounced Hirao village. Meiwa, 4th year. So it's the 4th year of the Meiwa period, which translates to here, so Meiwa 2, Meiwa 3, 765, 766. Paperwork here. Let's see now. Do I have any more pieces of paper? Okay, Meiwa 5 is 1768. So, Meiwa 4, 1767. That's the real deal. You'll find that really old Shinto shrines have that type. It's pretty rare to see them, but they're around. Yeah, I've seen quite a few over the years. Yeah, and they're not exactly designed for that resonance, because like that, you know, they're different. You see that design of the striking point, and not dissimilar to Buddhist stuff. So that actually has Buddhist and Shinto connotations. So yeah, here it mentions the area, Saurakugun. That would be like a province type of thing, or a participle, or we call that word, a part of a province. Hirao village. The village name is Hirao. It says here. I wrote you the man. In front of Jurasetsu Nyo treasure, meaning the 10 Raksasis. Okay, so I looked that up. I was sending a bunch of pictures and took ages to get that working. Now what we have here is these 10 Raksasis, or however you pronounce that. Painting with the 10 Raksasis, I'll just go with that. With Hariti and Vaisavarana Hasegawa Tohaku, Japan in 1564. The 10 Raksasi sometimes translated as the misnomer, 10 demon daughters. Doesn't that sound rad? Or 10 demonesses. God, that sounds cool. Are a group of Raksasis who take on the role of tutelary deities. In Mahayana Buddhism. Along with the see, this is all Buddhism, coming from India and then spreading through China and Korea and wherever else. Wherever else go. Beer's not very bad. Along with the Yakshimada Harita, they are said to be votaries of those who uphold the Lotus Sutra. They are particularly popular in the Tendai and Nichiren schools. Now, have a look at this. That's Nichiren. Anyway, yeah. And I can tell you, that was not easy to move. There you go. The Nichiren School of Buddhism. Buddhist school, you see. And they are also attendants of the Bodhisattva Samatahadra. So this all stems back to Indian Buddhism that spread, Maybe I should have read this first and then I could reel it off. The 10 Raksasi appear in the Dharani chapter of the Lotus Sutra. Some of these figures are found sporadically in texts throughout the Buddhist canon. Most notably the Mahamayuri Vidyaraji Sutra. They are also recognized as attendants of the Bodhisattva Samatha. Don't know what that is. I can't say that. Samantabhadra, which has become a popular theme in East Asian Buddhist painting and statuary. See? What have we got here? Oh, I've got more and more information here. These are the names of the these goddesses. It's got it in Sanskrit, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, Tibetan. What's that? Avatars. That is. Now what I'll do is I'll add this information. This talks about these in Japan. But you can look this. I've got this from Wikipedia. What have we got here? Exoteric traditions recognise the Raksasi as avatars of respective Buddhists and Bodhisattvas. Probably pronounce that better. Of whom they are believed to have manifested. Accounts vary among texts and schools of thought. In Japan, a common account is derived from the esoteric Samaya Sutra and the Samadhi Samaya of the Lotus Sutra. The Chinese names of each Raksasi differs between Kamaraya Jiva and Zai Zhang's translations. The former tends towards translated Sanskrit, while the latter translated the meanings of the respective goddesses' names. Names of the Raksasis are as follows, and that has got some more here. So this here is a Shinto bell. You'll find this sort of thing at a Shinto shrine, but it's also got connotations of Buddhism, which is very interesting. That often, off case, if you're at a Buddhist temple, you can just look across the road or whatever, look across the way, and there's a Shinto shrine. And so it's one of the few religions, if you could call it that. Someone said Shinto is not really a religion. I don't understand it, but I've been to that many, I should know. But they're not at war. Isn't that amazing, right? What other religions are at each other's throats all the time? It's just amazing. But yeah, that's the real deal. So I'm thinking just airmail. That's the thing, I've got to airmail that because of the size restrictions and stuff, and it's going to cost a lot, and I think I should just airmail everything, but people don't want to pay because you've got to pay. Anyways, well, yeah. Anyways, this is that's the real deal from Meiwa. Now, Meiwa was a Japanese era name. Nengyo, after Horeki and before Anne. This period spanned the years from June of 1764 through November of 1772. The reigning empress and emperor were Go Sakuramachi Tenno and Go Momozono Tenno. Can't believe I just reeled that off after that appeared. Anyway, change of the era. 1764, Meiwa Gannen. The era name became Meiwa, meaning bright harmony, because of the enthronement of Empress Go Sakuramachi. This battery thing, it goes for about 17 minutes and then it cuts out. Alright, no, we're back on. Okay, let's see. As Go Sakuramachi, as a cultural phenomenon, the literature of this period records concerted attempts to distill the aggregate characteristics of the inhabitants of Edo into a generalized thumbnail description. These traits, Edo ko katagi, were put into use to draw a contrast between Edo ko and those who didn't have this sophisticated gloss. Those not from the city, as in merchants from the Kyoto or Osaka region, or samurai from distant provinces. You know, I should have read this prior, but I sort of glanced over it when I printed it out a couple of weeks ago. Sometime Edo ko katagi was presented with pride and it was used mockingly. Now, the events of the Meiwa era, 1765, Meiwa II, Meiwa Ninen, 5 Momme coin issued. 1766, Meiwa Sannen 3, a planned insurrection to displace the shogun was thwarted. Let's see, here we skip to 1768, Meiwa 5. Now, 5 Momme usage halted. Didn't last very long, did it? 1770, Meiwa 7, a typhoon flattened the newly built imperial palace in Kyoto. Yeah, typhoons, mate. I've been out in a few of those. Yeah, I love it. 1770, Meiwa 7, a great comet. A great comet. Lexell's comet, with a very long tail, lit up the night skies throughout the summer and autumn. Wouldn't that be just rad? A great comet. Yeah, that would be cool. 1770, Meiwa 7. Although no one could have known it at the time, this was the first of 15 consecutive years of drought in Japan. April 1st, 1772, Meiwa 9, the 29th day of the second month, the Great Meiwa Fire, one of the 3 greatest Edo fire disasters. Official reports describe a swath of ashes and cinders nearly 5 miles wide and 15 miles, 24k, long, destroying 178 temples and shrines, 127 daimyo casualties. All this devastation consequently engendered the staggering cost of reconstruction. Staggering cost of reconstruction. Damn straight away. Right down, 178 temples. They take a long time to build. August the 2nd, 1772, Meiwa 9, 4th day of the 6th month. A terrible tempest hit the Kanto, bringing floods and ruining crops. Yeah. Mother Nature don't mess about in this area. August 17, 1772, Meiwa 9th, 19th day of the 6th month. Another storm with more flooding and winds no less intense blew down an estimated 4,000 houses in Edo alone. 1772, Meiwa 9. At the time, it was said that Meiwa 9 is Year of Trouble because it was marked by an extraordinary succession of natural calamities. Calamity Jane. The pun was made linking the words Meiwa plus ku, meaning Meiwa 9, and the sound alike word of Meiwaku, meaning misfortune or annoyance. So I'm thinking, So called May 19, 1772, May 19th, 11th month, Nengo was changed to unnamed, meaning eternal tranquility, but the symbolic act was proved futile. So, in this era, it was considered as a misfortune, annoyance. What great selling point of ABAREBUGYO, you're selling a great selling point of it. What I like about this, I happened to just notice a few days ago, I was thinking about it, that 1766 to 1768, they don't mention anything going on in 1767, which is when that was made. So, it was a good year. Right? Yeah, all this misfortune, but there you go. So, what I'll let you have this as sort of references and stuff to this era that's common. Right. Right. So, I'll include all of this information with that beautiful bell. Okay. So what we're going to do is get onto this. Okay. What we're going to do is get onto the dragon. Yes. With the dragon bell here, no cracks, beautiful piece. I'm guessing around 1900. I had something, I was trying to figure out how long ago. It was about 17 years ago I sold something similar to this, and two of my good trusted eBayers at the time, eBayers were defunct, destroyed it, not those chaps, but I had something similar to this, and they just kept going, boom, 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 boom. And it sold for $7,900. And I went out and bought my car, and I still have that car to this day. Yeah. Now, you can see here, that's where the casting, they break it off from the casting when they're making it. I'd say my guess is around 1900, something like that. Place it around that sort of age. That's a beautiful. I'm using the angle there, not the flat, so you don't get a double strike. So that's, there you go. Another chamfer there. Keep this camera away so it doesn't go all wonky again. Just tapping it. You don't want to strike it hard. Work with it. I haven't struck it much at all. Hopefully this comes way far enough, because it has gone there in the past, and I had to go to a shrine and redo an entire video. Yeah. Beauty. This is brand new, this piece here, in the traditional style. I was looking at the camera, like, I don't know why. Oh, beauty. Try it. Hardest try. hot Buddhist stuff. Yeah. Sadly unpopular. I mentioned earlier today. I'll probably put it all together with the other video. Mentioned lost my job. I was in this stairwell. So one class was really hit. Threw out the F-bomb, and one of the mothers overheard me say that the echo in the stair. Damn it. Got fired for that. Fleeting. I don't do fleeting. So that's why I'm presenting stuff that's striking me as brand new. God damn, that is good. So if you check out my, if you're new to me, check out just the years of all the bells I've had and stuff like that. You will know. This is yeah. The plan is to out of this kind of stuff, I have to build a strong wooden box. Yes. So, look at this. Look at this. Oh, damn, that's just beautiful. I mean, you don't even need a strong. Might not feel too good, but yeah, so I have to build a strong wooden box for it, and with this tentative extra charge, I'm telling you, it's going to cost about $600 to send the thing. Sorry, Canucks. Yeah, God, see the added extra stuff gets huge. It does, yeah. And plus I have to pay percentage of fees of freight charges and all kinds of. But yeah, you're just far better off doing that than waiting 5 months or something, you know. Because of clown world, God damn it, to you. Whoever's running the world, they need to put people like me in there, you know, good people. Yeah, people who are not going to rip you off. Pill for the coffers of the taxpayers. Shinto guy down here, an eagle. Yeah, so we've got Shinto, Buddhist. How about that? There's my Nietzsche over there, and this is Buddhist and Shinto right here. In fact, I saw just this very day. I saw a Jizzo this very day. This tale was 1700s. Yeah, that's right there, that's Nietzsche right there. He's not light. That's granite stone. That's the real deal. Real deal. Someone said to me years ago, I wrote on my text comment section there, he said, I'm learning words like the real deal. Yeah. Squiggly wigglies or whatever, and the silly stuff I come out with, but yeah, I just couldn't leave it up like that. Yeah, I can stay there. Like here about that time, ages ago, I know to put up there. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it up there. Alright, okay, that's sorted out. That, connoisseurs of Japanese antiquities and religious connotation, the aspects, thingies, would know what that is, and would know the significance of that. That's, yeah. Yeah. If I didn't get fired, I'd actually see my moment. Still no one bought that. Still to this day, no one has offered me. I put this up for $1 billion. You know, some people think it looks like diarrhea. You know? Hey, what do you reckon, Ninja-san? What do you reckon, mate? It looks like diarrhea. Be rude, don't. Yeah, okay. Here you go. Now, I did go to a, I think maybe the battery ran out or something, but I did go to a shrine. I went to a shrine. It's in here. No, it's in there. That's Buddhist. That's jazz. I'm gonna have to show that again at some stage. I took pictures of it. That's Ruminations. I haven't seen that somewhere. It's just got there. I think I'll get a beer. Yeah, that's a good idea. Just so I don't put shit there. Yeah, just lost a little bit of painting, I think. Ah, that's better. Alright. Actually, earlier today, I was at that Shinto shrine in a couple of them, and I saw these big flagpoles. And this is the sort of thing they hang on. Yeah, that's a real deal. That's cotton. Didn't know all of that. A bunch in there. Got about 8 of them. Yeah. I should put them up. And then this is the orb of all. The orb of all knowledge. Knows everything. That's where I get my knowledge from. I know everything. Well, if I don't know something, I just ask the orb of all. This here's a real deal katana thing. That's the real deal. Yes. The orb of all. You know, there's probably plenty of stuff in here I really should list. The thing with Etsy is, Shinto, no Buddhist. Thing with Etsy, you gotta lump on this extra $100 a month, depending on your type of. That timer went down again. Had to click on. Yeah, and they lump on this extra $100. I get it, you know, like because it's like advertising. They like advertise and stuff. I get that, but I don't know. You sort of gotta. Look, I like Etsy. It's true. A better clientele. No, I'm not saying that. You know, well, some of my eBayers over the years are wonderful people, and some people have actually signed up to Etsy because of me. And but some, unfortunately, the shitbags outweigh the good people, and I believe that that's how it's happening on the entire planet. Alright, actually I should, you know, someone offered me some decent money for all of those things over there. They're, shakuhachi, authentic, these are the real deal shakuhachi sheet music scores. They're around the late 1800s to the early 1930s. Nakao Tozan from Tozan Ryu. That's most of that stuff is his original stuff. Yeah, that's the real deal. Yeah, there you go. Ramblin. God, look at these things here. People don't generally go for these at all because they don't sort of understand them or know them. But these here, These are authentic wood lacquered. This is from the Meiji period, 1868 to 1912. These are real deal wood lacquered bowls and chawan. And I've got stacks of them, but no one goes. That's real deal. Real deal stuff. Some of it's Edo. 1603 and 1868. It's just unfortunate that people don't understand what this stuff is. I've got loads of it. Let's cut on something also. Yeah, so I figure, well, why not just stick with what I do? And do I even have this listed? That's an antique doll. One there. I just don't know what they are. There's earlier today, I think I actually deleted that first, but yeah, I did. I walked past this guy's place that he's got loads of bonsai. There's bonsai, tray ceramic, the bowly thing, whatever. And I actually deleted that, unfortunately, because I said a few things that are highly irregular, I guess, a bit political. So yeah, I'll read that one. The real deal with that. That's Edo stuff. There's shells for the game of Go. Go? Game of Go. They're the real deal. And these two. Wait. That there. And there is from a castle. Castle wall. That's the real deal, yeah? I wonder if I even have these listed. Come here, baby. Look at that. That's from Castle Wall from years ago. These blokes were redoing the wall. I told them I'm an antique dealer and what sort of stuff. You can take some if you want. I'm like, what? Hang on a second. Shit. Hang on. Yep, and I rode home on my bicycle. In those days, you could drink booze and ride a bicycle. Like, wow. I'm back with those. Real deal from a castle. I'm not going to tell you where. Those blokes are great. This here, this is antique stuff. This is World War II stuff. Saraki. It's military. So that's army. Yeah. Buddhist stuff there. Gotta love that. They went huge, very expensive. Yeah, they used to be pretty cheap. Getting hold of them these days are crazy expensive at the auction house. Well, I am rambling, but enjoying it. Got to get around to the opening this. I had this listed on eBay. That would be the number on the eBay thing, and they destroyed my eBay business. Yeah. They sent me another one of those things telling me, oh, you owe us money. I just, it's just clown world. I mean, what, how rude can people get, when they stole all that money from me, all those bad people, and those Phil tell me that I owe them money. Unbelievable. That's Buddhist. That's the top of it. Shinto right there. Kamidana. It's here. It's a real deal Yari spear. There, real deal bamboo bows. Namisu being 221 centimetres. That's under there. I'm gonna have to take that auction house because it's just too patriot land. Want those. These here, they're real deal. Very spears. It's a real deal. That's a fake one, just for prop. I think that was a prop in a TV show or something. There's training. That's wood style. Training for bayoneting. It's my monkey stick. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, I think I'm just going to have to be true to what I do and see if you've got. God, crazy. They can take some of this stuff to auction house, because things will get real bad. I have to in the future. But yeah, if you've got a registration number, so that's what that is. It's registered. So anyone can own a sword. Riding, it's not a grey area. If it's a replica, it's okay. But sometimes grey areas get cut up. This thing is a real deal. Registered katana. This here. Yeah, when things will get really bad, I was thinking of selling that. Cool. So, yeah, some beautiful stuff. See here, this is way too heavy to send overseas. So I was thinking of not that. It's the last to go. Well, maybe that's not true. Some ex-wife. She actually brought that for me. Still pays for my mobile phone. Best ex-wife ever! What do you reckon, Ninja-san? Yeah, you agree. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna start heading back there. There we go. On the road again. I can't wait to get on the road again. La da 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 da. I can't wait to get on the road again. Another dragonfly. It's dragonfly season. You know. I noticed back there was the most amount of swallows that I've ever seen. It was a congregation. Nothing like that time when the crows all had a meeting over there. I can see a crow there and crow there. Nothing like that. But they're all on these wire things back there. And I was thinking, why are they there? And then I saw some dragonflies, which I saw earlier today. And I put two and two together and I'm thinking, right, so the dragonflies are eating the swallows. No, that can't be it. The swallows eat dragonflies. That's a stalk. Yeah, that's a stalk. Did the swallows eat dragonflies? Seems like like that. Sounds right, is it? I don't know. Anyways, they're beautiful birds, aren't they? They're very graceful, very speedy. Now, what we're going to do is, because we've got this energy drink here, and still got a few in the pack. A few mags. What we're going to do, I reckon, because I said to this bloke in Australia, I wrote that, yeah, I'll get around and having a look at this other hardware store. It's a long way. It's a long way to that dock if you want to rock and roll. Yeah. That's a long way, but what the hell. Just feel like doing some more walking. Yeah. Had a bit of a tweak of the knee a bit earlier. This one, which is strange, it's usually this one. I tore a ligament there. Motocross, what are you going to do? Got loads of injuries. Oh God, I fear getting OLD. Yeah. Whenever I get too thin, I have to stock up on food. I have to beef up, because it's kind of like the contraction sort of somehow finds my injury, you know. And so when you're old, oh shit, did I just use that word? OLD, God damn it, does that mean I'm going to lose my immortal status? No? Okay, good. Now, when you're OLD, I have to delete that bit, you get thinner. I've seen some OLD dudes and they're thin. So that's something I ain't too keen on. Yeah. Well, I've got that video done. Didn't work out too bad. I bummed my way through the I like those Honda-y things, man. They're foxy looking rigs, that red thing up there. I bummed my way through that writing I printed. Oh, what we got here? We got 1252. Through the stuff I printed out. I actually said to myself, you know what? It might be a good idea if you actually read through this stuff instead of just glancing at it, you know, perusing. And all I did was just sort of glance at it. And I figured, I'll just read it. I'll just read it when the opportunity strikes. And yeah, didn't fare too well. You know, I don't know. How the hell did Edgar Allan Poe write all that stuff and remember all those fascinating, the diction that... Can't help myself, bad habits, when I drive my car, bad habits. So my other battery ran out, so we're down to this one, and it ain't got much power left in it. What's that say? Itokoku Historical Museum. Never been there. Senyoji Dai Hoi Temple and Mount Rising. Well, what do we have here? Been here before. Actually, I won't tell you who, but someone brought along some real deal Yumi bows and had a bit of a fiery poos over there. Yeah. You'll probably see that in someone's don't know if that was yeah. Yes. Oh look, another Shinto shrine. Yeah, been here a few times. I like it here. Some mosquito trying to take me. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so this has your more modern, you know, like the I was talking about earlier. There's a modern style Suzu bell. I used to have one of these, and it had awesome kanji on it, all urushi lacquered. Yeah, really. Don't tell them the mystery that there's just rocks in those things. Look at that, it's got kanji written all over it. Radalicious. Is it open? Yeah. No. Not open. I've been in here before, I'm sure of it. Look, yeah, I've been in there before. La, 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 la. Got some beautiful paintings in there. You can't see it, but some beautiful polished floorboards and all that. That's good. La, 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 la. God, how many of those are there? Okay, so I'm gonna have to conserve the why do they put sand on those things? See, sometimes I like to put something on here, like one of my antiquities. I've done it a number of times. Sometimes they put sand on here for some reason. I don't know why. It kind of ticks me off, because it's like, these are really good as pedestals to chuck on your bell or something. You get really beautiful shots and things like that. Yes, and over the years I have done that. Yes. La 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 do do be do. Well then, now what we're going to do. Don't know why it's not open. This here is known as a tully. It's a Heaven's Gate. We don't have any Shishisans. The lion dogs. I like those lion dogs. Don't know if they like me that much, I don't know. This is rad. Haven't seen that before. This is festival time stuff. Yeah. These are rad too. I've got all the script. Look at that. That's actually broken years ago. Yeah. Look at that. That actually broke and probably toppled. Maybe not toppled. Yeah, granite. Okay, now what we're going to do is go down here and mosey on the journey. Now, it's going to be a long way. It's a long way. Oh, I didn't know what it's meant. Oh God, it's going to be a long way. These are all granite stone steps. I used to rap down stuff like that. I'm talking long way. On my downhill mountain bike, hardtail. Yeah, sometimes I just rap and just jump the whole thing, just like this, and just jump the whole lot. Yep. Yeah, I've done stuff like that because I'm stupid. That's why. But yeah, I could huck off that easily. Yeah, probably still could. Yeah, hucking off this would be very interesting. One time I snapped my bottom bracket. Yeah. And the guy at this guy that puts together pro mountain bikes and stuff, and he goes to me, because it was a high tensile steel kind of bottom bracket, you know, it's like high end stuff, and he goes, I have never seen that. And the guy that was working with him, he and I went up to a mountain and rode, like on some really difficult stuff, and he said, this guy's crazy. And the main guy could speak English, and he actually iterated that, and I didn't really see. Sometimes you can easily take offence because you sort of don't really get, because they don't really mean, like, you know, it just means crazy, like people don't. But sometimes it's very easy to take offence, so you got to learn that if you're ever going to be here. That it's sort of lost in translation. So I've been in that situation many times, but I've always held back and not gone, well, fuck it, you know, oops, I mean, well, frizzle you know, fruit tingle, because I think maybe I was told that, yeah, lost in translation, so it's sort of, it's like, you can easily be taken aback by stuff, so you go, in having that prior knowledge is really good. Yeah. Am I going down the wrong bloody road? No, that seems about right. I should turn my GPS on. Brain GPS. Boo! Beam me up. get me out here. Right then. I think I'm on the right road. Does that even look right? It's got to be. Some things feel a bit different right now. Maybe it's that. Is it brand new? Something just feels different. No, something's not right here. Oh, brain GPS, where are you? La 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 la. No, this can't be right. Do 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 do. Do do do. Damn it. No, this is not right. No, yep. Someone's made a bit of an error of judgment. I wonder why. Why could that be? Huh? Yes. Give me a minute and I'll try to get back on track here. Hang on a second. Aha! I know what's going on. Because I've never... Brain GPS. Alright. Okay. Right. There we go. We're up in there. Right. I'll be back. Ah, that's better. Oh, look at this. Captain bloody grasshopper there. So that bloody thing. Now, I better not disturb him because he might jump on the road and that will be not good. So just leave him to his own devices. That's part of the song, isn't it? God, that band was good. What was they called again? Australian or something. Now, this bloke, he said he was going to eventually retire. I love this place. People Mikan from them. Mikan is the mandarins. Yes, a very good story about the mandarins. Ooh, I think I've got some Kucky over there. That's my kid's nickname, by the way. Yes, what is it? Hang on, it could be Hasaku. Kidding me? Look at the size of these bloody things. They're mandarins. I mean, they're freaking huge. But generally, the bigger they are, I mean, look at the size of these bloody things. The bigger they are, the less oishi they are, less tasty. Some potatoes there, some onions there, and what do they call those things there? Yes. Right, now what we're going to do. See, I'm pretty well stocked up with booze, but I figure I should buy one here anyways, because they're good. And I like, there's that bloke in there, he is. I like the mom and pop stores. Actually, I'll go and buy one right now. Yes. Which one? Okay, no. Oh, look at that. Shit. Right, I might go and buy a beer. Yes, okay. There you go. There's some good chairs. Yeah, well there you go. Mom and Pop store. He didn't come out that time. His wife there, I presume that's his wife. She came out and served, and yeah, she's a nice lady. We were talking about Nikans, big ones and small ones. As far as I know, the small ones are the Ichiban Oishi. The small ones are the tastiest ones, the yummiest ones. Yes. Okay. So what we're going to do now is walk up that bloody hill over there and get on the flatland. Just keep walking. So I bought a small one of these. They're a lot more expensive here than they are anywhere else, but I think that know, if you ever do see the mum and pop stores, you should buy from there anyways and keep them alive. Yeah, because big business is trying to trash small business, just get rid of all of us. Well, actually they're trying to exterminate us, but I won't go into that now, will I? I always have liked the look of these rigs. These are Jaguars. Cool name. Yeah, I like these rigs. Just rad looking units. I think they had a bit of a disparity. What's that word? Got enough of them. When like years ago, when the V12s weren't very reliable, so God, they look alright though, don't they? Horny looking rigs for certain. Yeah, I don't mind them. Just a beautiful design. Well, not perfect. I mean, it's no 1974 XB coupe, 73, 75. But it's all right. Now I'm still walking. Yeah. Like, oh my God, so really. If you don't know what that reference is, you've got some serious problems. Anyways, salty cracker. Now, what we're going to do is just keep going that way. And I think I might have enough battery power to like film what I plan to do, because the bloke in Australia, I said I mentioned something to him. Whether he's keen or not, it's alright, it doesn't matter. He's a good bloke. And yeah, met him at a market. There you go. Now Houston, we have a problem. Alright, so the battery just failed just then. Alright, so the other one's going to fail too. Oh God, failed. Damn it. What's going on here? Yeah, look at that. Big flashy thing. It's about to be overtaken. No more juice in this battery, but it's about to be overtaken by this big cloud thing. So, here we are, yep. Huge difference in temperature. Huge. Whew. I've been trying to get over here so I can get sort of in the shade a bit, because it's really humid. But that big bastard right there is about to overtake that big flashy thing in the sky. Nah. Well, there you go. Walked all that way. God, how have I been walking 5 hours of them? Yeah. So this is one of the major hardware stores. I should have a bit of juice in this battery, enough to go. So yeah, they're basically the same sort of thing. There's not a whole lot of themes these days. If there's one here. Like some trees, and here's one here. My battery counter thing is showing red line. Should I kind of get a feed? That would mean another hour walk. Bring it. I'm just gonna walk all day. Whatever. Who cares? But they do have a lot more here. It's true. But yeah, years ago they had all kinds of other designs and stuff, but that's that. So you've got some of the designs there. I like that. It's a nice one right there. Alright, I'll just mention it anyways. Alright, I'm going to continue on the journey. I might actually go buy a lotto ticket right now. Yes, because I'm a failure. You know? Does this battery have any more juice? Check this rig out. I've been walking around one. WRX 250, that's the Yamaha. My, what a sweet looking unit. Bark busters on the thing. It's just going all super retard. Nice unit. I like that. Check out the braking systems on this thing. And look at that exhaust. Huh. God dang, I wouldn't mind having a bit of a ridey poos on one of those. Yeah. Well, turns out got the beach all to myself. I made it to like, God, the water's so calm. I've got the entire beach to myself. Yeah, it could have something to do with it being 2 o'clock in the morning. But I made it to like the afternoon and crashed. Woke up at a sensible hour, like 1 in the morning. Damn it. And I got this ooze all on my forehead and down the side of my head from like sunburn blisters. Oh, that's good. Got quite sunburnt. Oh. Oh. Energy drink. Good. Well, just before hitting the sack yesterday, I saw the news whereby Shinzo Abe, the former Prime Minister, is doing some speech in Nara. I think it was Nara. And that's sort of middle Japan, I guess. Yeah, some chap shot him. Apparently the guy got off 2 shots. And I don't know if it was a shotgun or if it was a it's very smoky. Or if it was like a, I don't know, like a 3D printed gun or something like that. 3D printed weapon. But yeah, you know, he shot him. And judging by, they caught the guy. Judging by the look of the guy, I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of those that has just been brought up in the excessively liberal mindset, you know. Because Abe, well, in my opinion, he was sensible enough to realise that, and I've been saying this for years, that Japan really should bolster its military, you know, because, like, look in the States, right? Every man and his dog is armed, you know, you're not going to take that place too easy. But, yeah, Abe, I thought he was a good leader, and he was very popular, and what I liked about him was he bothered to go to other countries and meet people. He even met the Ayatollah guy in Iran. You know, apparently that Ayatollah guy berated him for being involved with the US. And but you know, he bothered to do that, to go there. And so I think lovely. I think that like when Trump, he went to North Korea, you know, and spoke with Kim Jong-un. He even stepped over the threshold, and they signed that document because they were technically at war for 70 bloody years, you know. I thought that was very presidential. Because he bothered to. They first met in Singapore, then they went to North Korea. And so Abe was like that too. He would go to different places and meet leaders and things like that. And so from what I can just guess, just judging by the look of the guy that shot him, I'd say that he probably was fundamentally against the policy of sort of reverting that pacifist ideology. And the way I see it, and I think Abe's government saw it, and the new government, you know, or at least the new leader too, follows those ideas, because in my opinion the best offense is a good defense, you know. And the policies are implemented. I mean, as far as I can understand it, Japan's leapfrogging over say a 4th generation fighter jet and leap into a 6th generation. They're in the throes of building one of those. And see, the way I see it, who are the major players in this region? We see China, Japan, and to some extent Russia. And Japan's got issues with Russia in the northern regions, the islands up there. They both claim it. And China claims Taiwan, kind of thing. Personally, I don't think that, you know, because of all the tension, right? I don't think China actually needs Taiwan because Taiwan has like It's high-tech stuff, right? But now that China's dealing with the Taliban in Afghanistan, they've got access. They've even got a shared border, this thin line, narrow border. So they've got access to all the resources they need, you know? And so I personally think we don't need this tension. But because of all this tension, the Japanese government, this is just my opinion, I may be wrong, has decided that they actually need to bolster their military. Because you look around, maybe not here, not every man and his dog has got a shooter, you know. It's very rare to have a weapon. I know a few guys that have shotguns. Know of a guy he's a licensed dealer. You know, another guy that shoots pheasants and stuff. But it's very rare. And it's very difficult to get a license for that sort of thing. But what I mean is, like, for example, what if America did fall, you know, and wasn't able to project its power as historically it does? Say, for example, the way I see America now, it's like in a cold civil war, you know. Politically, it's so excessively divisive and the media just churns this bull out, stirs the pot, and keeps all the crazies going, get on tic-tac and have a crazy, you know, to hate each other. And the media love that. You know, they want people to hate each other. So imagine if America did financially fall, you know. So in that event, what would happen if, say, China does, because the Chinese are not messing about, they're saying, no, we want Taiwan, you know. And they are building up excessively their military. So what do? Do you just uphold this pacifist ideal, like, and walk around with rainbow flags or whatever? Or do you go, well, reality is that the world is not all rainbow flags and parades. It's actually, the reality is, it can be, you know, yeah. So I think just the reality of it. You know, I don't want it, right? No one wants war and shit, but Japan has to be, in my opinion, militarily very strong. Because if it does spark off, we're going to have, and say excluding the US, we'd have, say, Japan, UK, India possibly, most likely, Australia, New Zealand. The Canucks might even send their old decrepit ship over, you know, we might have Indonesia, Vietnam, and Malaysia, and yeah, you know, there might be a few involved in all of this carnage, flower of carnage. I don't want any of that. And obviously, you know, that's all centered around Taiwan. But see, currently, if you think of China, I don't hate China. I don't want to go to war with them. You know, got some Chinese mates. I don't hate them. I was chatting with a Chinese bloke a few weeks ago down there, and this bloke from Venezuela. They were really cool. Anyway, the way I see it, you know, with China, for instance, there is a lot of tension there. They've got tension with India at the border there. They've got the controversy of the Uyghurs, and they've got the situation with Hong Kong. They've got the situation with Taiwan. They've got the situation with Vietnam and Cambodia and Laos or whatever, and for water rights or whatever, and then the trade thing going on with Australia, and then you've got the UK. They want to, you know, freedom of navigation, so they'll bring the Queen Mary or whatever the hell they call it, the Queen Mary. Wasn't that a cruise liner? You know, and so there's China's and Japan obviously, and China's got a lot of issues with a lot of other countries, and massively large population, they're going to have problems. They're going to have issues. I get it. But, I think that the West, well, shouldn't just disregard the US, but, just have a mindset that, hey, what if the US was to fall? Because it does feel like they're in a freaking cold civil war. It does. And half those people in the US don't want to go off to war and get all maimed and come back with no limbs or whatever, just so that all those crazies on TikTok can have a good time and stay at home. You reckon all those crazies on TikTok are going to charge off to war? We'll follow them, yeah. I tell you, Shinzo Abe didn't deserve to be shot. And because he could see what is necessary for this region, for stability of this region, which unfortunately is the best offense is a good defense, to have something that a military that can project itself if necessary. Yeah. If it does spark off, I'm telling you, the Taiwanese are not going to have a very good time of it. And I think that it would be so destructive that it would be counterintuitive for Chinese to blow the shit out of Taiwan in the first place. God damn it, I am the great sage of the East, right? So I know everything and I'm better than you, obviously. So there you go. But I can think of a lot of leaders and former leaders that I wouldn't mind shooting myself, to be honest, that deserve, because for their traitorous mentality, they deserve to be shot. Yeah. God damn, I could reel off a whole bunch of them. I guess the FBI might call me up. Oi, are you making a 3D printed? Oh, God. I mean, not everyone's going to love a leader, right? And not everyone's going to agree with policies. But I think Shinzo Abe, well, he's a career politician, right? His father was a grandfather or something like that. His family line was, in the Prime Minister stuff. And, the Prime Minister stuff. God, I know politics. Actually, I don't follow Japanese politics, and never really did. But just, over the years, I have seen the tension, Like sometimes, for example, I'll take a swig of this here. Sometimes when things flare up, right, the Chinese will all run around and get on TikTok and then start turning over Japanese vehicles and smashing windows and not going to Japanese restaurants, and a week later everyone's all rosy with rainbow flags or whatever, and it's all good again, So things flare up just like that. But what if something really did flare up, instead of, say the concept of thinking, oh, it's just saber rattling. Oh, we want Taiwan, it's just saber rattling. But all this saber rattling might not be saber rattling, because they are building aircraft carriers. They are pumping out like ships all over the show. They have this massive fishing fleet force, and they say that some of those things are armed and all this sort of thing. Building submarines, who knows what else they're building. They're building up their nuclear stockpile, because satellite images have shown them building, I don't even know if you can see my hand just reading here, satellite images have shown that they're building new silos and stuff, and they're saying, we're just renewing old stock, that's all bullshit. Maybe they're all doing it, who knows. But see, we have seen, the great sage did not think, and the mainstream media was actually saying it, maybe one of the first times they actually, I should have listened to them. They said it's imminent that Russia is going to invade Ukraine. So this is real. The Chinese looking at that going, they can do it. Well, and we have our desires, It maybe is. A lot of people say that will happen. That it will happen. And reverting back, I think that the Japanese government's policies, that's better, God, I'm a classy guy. Japanese government policies are just in step and in tune with what is necessary. But a lot of these liberally minded people that have had this shoved into their minds out of constant throughout their education, their childhood, their everything, they're like, get on tic-tac. And they're to such a degree that they're so far from reality that this chap decides to go and shoot this bloke. Now, I liked Shinzo up there. I liked his understanding of what's necessary. I like the fact that he had the guts to go to different countries and meet differently, and not just meet some Macron or who's that, Trudeau or some them types, you know, like Merkel or whatever. But he actually did go to Iran, whatever you want to call it. You know, that takes balls. And anyways, so I liked him, and it's you know, he should have been in his retirement years. You know, should have been able to, you know, put out to pasture and enjoy his you know, his latter years. Well, I never knew the guy, did I? But I did agree, and like I said, for years I've been talking about it with others, that Japan really does need to seriously look at its defensive and possibly offensive capabilities, just because it's necessary, right? You know, so in the event that if the minute mark of my 17 minutes of film cut out, so I had to press it again. But yeah, there's a lot of leaders out there that I honestly feel they deserve to, well, I prefer to torture them first. But anyways, God, we've got, yeah, anyways, well, one thing that this liberally minded chap that decided to shoot the PM, former PM, what he doesn't realise is Japanese prison, what he did, by God, I mean, Japanese prison is brutal. It's brutal. I know a few dudes have been in. Now, I've only been to county jail for just drunkenness. Yeah. Drunken disorderly. I get getting the pattern here. Drunken disorderly and drunken disorderly. Yeah. It's called the Yoparai law. If you're drunk, they'll just grab you off the street and drag you away. Sometimes just for 4 hours. Anyways, and like jails, well, I think it's rad because the food's fantastic and you don't have to do anything, so you just lay down on these tatami mats and do nothing. But anyways, county jail, if you could translate it like that, in Japan is vastly different. Oh, in Australia, drunken disorder and drunken disorderly, so there's 8 times. Right. In Japan, prison, oh, that's very different. So this bloke, what's going to happen to him, he's going to go to county jail, because they've caught him, yeah, and just by the look of him, I'll just look at him and go, he's a libtard. He's a, oh God, one of those liberally minded rainbow, or whatever, you know, and he's had so infused in his mind, and it's so browbeaten into his head, this particular ideology, that he's gone so far as to kill someone, right? Yeah. Now, what's going to happen is he's going to be arraigned, and initially they're going to be questioning him. There's a certain time frame that they can question up to. They even went over me, because they're like, I'm such an interesting person. This detective bloke's asking me all these questions, and that's what they got to do. They keep you up for freaking hours, you know, regardless of your charge, they just keep you up for freaking hours. And these dudes are like, God, you know, by God, you know, about me. Yeah, I could have just kept going for months, just telling them all kinds of stuff, and they're just like, by God, this dude, you know, he's had an interesting life. Yep. Anyways, so they're gonna keep this guy up for hours asking him questions. I've already been into his apartment and gone through his shit, and they sent in a tactical team for that, just in case there was some kind of bomb or whatever. And so then they're gonna chuck him in a cell on his own, solitary confinement, and then he'll get on the Dung Dung bus. One of my subscribers out there, God, he's funny. We met in jail. He's such a funny guy. I was in with 2 others in this cell, maximum of 3 in a cell, and they were both in for drunken disorderly. Yeah. So we're all in for drunken disorderly. God, it was funny. Anyways, we call it the Dung Dung bus. They take you, because my lower back's compression from motocross, yeah, and here I am on this bus, and I'm, oh God, and that hurt. I can feel my back right now because of all that walking. And yeah. Anyways, they're going to get him on the Dung Dung bus. They're going to take him into court, and they'll see the prosecutor, and then they'll charge him, and then they'll go to the judge. And what'll probably happen is, some dudes, I was told, have spent more than 2 years in county jail waiting for their sentence prior to going to freaking prison. And so that's probably what's going to happen with this guy. Now I tell you, because of the political clout, I've never said that word before, clout, doesn't that sound cool, that Abe had, well, it still has really, because his policies are, you know, they're followed, I don't know whether it's to a T, but they follow them, you know. And many people are very saddened by what is happening. So he's not going to have a good time in prison. You know, in prison, you're not allowed to speak, and you must sit in Caesar or lay prone in your bed. So I got this from a documentary and some chaps, like I said. I was talking with this bloke in a bar one time. He was talking about he was in for a year. And actually, I know of another guy. His visa ran out, and they chucked him in a detention centre for a year and let him out. And he was like, fuck. He didn't have a passport, and he can't even get back to the States or Canada. Anyways, so I sent him some doses years ago. That's when I was doing well financially, you know. Lots to do like, dude, thank you for that, you know. Anyways, so yeah, I'm getting back to it. So in prison there, they if you're disruptive, they'll put you in like this really tiny, thin room type thing where you can't lay down, and so you just put your knees against this wall. And apparently, people have died, you know. But the main issue is like I think you've got to work 6 days a week. When you're in your cell, you've got to be doing something all the time. So you're studying, for instance, and everywhere you go, you got to trot and do exercise in the morning, and you follow everyone, urge knee, urge knee, urge knee. Now there's a fantastic documentary, this is where I get a lot of this information from, fantastic documentary out there of Japanese prison. Yeah? And there's quite a few actually, I think. They were following some French guy in one of them, and one another. They were showing like these prisoners, and everywhere they go, they've got to march, and then they'll work all day. I don't know how many days a week they work, but it's fucking brutal. Because what's so brutal about it is you're not allowed to speak. It's total silence. So there is no communique. Even when they do gather at a cafeteria, you're not allowed to speak. The only good thing about that, the whole thing, is the food. It's good, proper, healthy food, because it's about reformation, and they want you to reform. That bloke, on the other hand, the bloke that shot the former PM, I doubt they're ever going to let him out. I doubt that. And this guy, it's so infused in his head, the stupidity of just these idiot level of policy thinking, that he didn't even take into account what was going to happen to him. Yeah? It did seem like he tried to run away. So yeah, I'm just guessing that he's so excessively on the left that he's gone off the freaking deep end, you know. And you know, people need to fucking know what prison is, and if you fuck up big time like that, I reckon people need those documentaries, like in schools and stuff, just on the off chance that there might be one kid that's going to grow up to be a psychopath, you know, cutting heads off cats and bringing them to school in a handbag or whatever. I think some guy in the States did that. Anyways, you know, this sort of stuff needs to be shown, right? I would go so far as even, well, not in this country, but in another country, I won't name one in particular, but and just take kids to jail, prison, and show them, and you know, make them spend a couple of days in there, you know, doing the urgent, and they'll be like, shit, well, that was an experience, you know, that I don't want to recur. So that bloke, he just, what a fool, you know. He's the prison, but God, you know, he's not going to have a good time of it. I believe he will be treated just as all the other prisoners are treated. I doubt that he'll get bashed or anything like that. That's one. That's another aspect about Japanese prisoners, that it's very safe. Yeah, very safe. Oh, in Japanese jail, you're not allowed to talk either. But they're very lenient. Yeah, they tell you to shut up every now and again, right? But we all have a laugh and a joke and talk and giggle, and you can hear the dudes in the other cells, they're all having a laugh, and they get told to shut up every now and again. But you know, I was in the morning, like I'd walk down this aisle and I'd salute all these dudes, and they'd all be saluting me or whatever. That was a laugh. God, that was a laugh. But I don't want to go back, you know, because I gotta reform too, you know, and not be a drunken dickhead all the time. Oh, let me get my beer. But getting back to the serious aspects of this, now this guy, I mean, it's very rare to hear of a killing in this country, because of social expectation, lack of weaponry, just the mentality, you know. Actually, there's a town over there, Susenji it's called, and I did notice there was some red tape or whatever, you know, police tape around something. This is years ago. Apparently some old dude killed a woman, and some really old dude, I swear on all the gods I can name, when I hopped out of the shower, and in jail, which is just over there, big building, hi guys, and there was this really old guy. He had like those kind of cancerous looking stuff all over him. I didn't want to go near him, and he was naked, and he was about to hop in the shower. So they had showers and this onsen type thing, and he asked me, can I get in the onsen? I said, yeah, you know. And this old bloke, when he got out, I just stayed for as long as I could in that goddamn shower. I know it's 15 minutes max, but I'm just kept on maxing it out until they come away. So anyways, as we were getting out of the leaving, the old bloke, he didn't know where he was. He just didn't know. He actually didn't grab his clothes or a towel or anything, and he was naked, and they opened the door to let me out, and he just walks out the door, and these prison guard guys just have a bit of a giggle, and they're like, and here he is, he just decides to walk out naked and go. He didn't know where he was. So I was sincerely sympathetic to his cause. You know, poor bloke. He's just so old and he just doesn't know where he is. He'd probably be like, what the fuck am I doing here? You know. So maybe he woke up all hungover, police are all around him and he's got a knife in his hand or something. I don't know. That was over there. I presume that's the same guy. That's, maybe I'm being presumptuous, but God, that's a good word, isn't it? Where did that one come from? God, that water's nice and calm, isn't it? Yeah, you know, but so I sympathise with that old bloke, but I don't know, man. Maybe I sympathise with the guy that shot the former PM in such a way that he's been so browbeaten by bullshit and just this bullshit ideology and this bullshit thought process, this nonsense that is being instilled into young people, you know, this belief system of bullshit, that they grow up thinking in this framework of bullshit. If you don't believe me, have a look at Tic Tac. God, I don't go there. I just check out Olding's men, and he gathers a whole bunch of them. People send him the videos of all these nonsense head people. They're so far removed from reality that I presume a lot of them are on antidepressants and maybe a cocktail of all that sort of stuff and all kinds of other shit. That's something here that's very rare. You don't see that. Actually, I asked the bloke when I got off the Dung Dung bus. They put us in this cell and you got to wait to be arraigned. You know, yeah, they go through all this shit. Doesn't matter what you do, they go through all this bullshit. So they make it so fucked that you don't want to go back. You know, that's true, and that's why they do it. You know, so it's like I asked this bloke, you know, what's he doing in, and I meet gangsters in jail, and you know, showering away, and I got all their tats and all that stuff, and fun dudes, you know, and just like they're not bad people. It's just their world, you know. But I asked this bloke, and he said he made a motion of a needle to the arm, so. He mentioned that he said drug you, and so, but that's really, really rare, or should I say really rare for that kind of drug. Some dudes like push a bit of marijuana here and there, which is highly illegal also. I don't bother with drugs. I don't bother with tablets and pills. I can feel one of my ribs and my back is still fucked, but I don't bother, just don't care. Well, this is obviously my medicine. I'll take another swig of medicine here. Well, let's go for a trundle down there. Yeah, I after seeing that documentary, talking to some dudes that have actually been transferred from county jail to Japanese prison for things like theft and stuff like that, and violence, you know, punchy poos and all that. And yes, well, you know, these blokes and that document, you know, that 17-minute mark thing went off again. Yeah, and one in particular, that documentary, I tell you, that's an eye opener. That is, you know, to try to project one's mind to consider having to do that, you know. One thing I do believe, they have shorter prison sentences because it's just so freaking brutal. Now, a huge difference, and I've spoken of this before, in Japanese prison and Japanese county jail, as opposed to Yankee prison, You go into Yankee prison and they go, we're gonna get you, boy, and oh, here's your line, and there's some bunks over there, and you gotta bang. If you bang and you win, you can get to choose your bunk. Yeah, that's where they are. You know? That's where they are. And they're so overflowing now that they've got to put them in different rooms and put them all together. That's not reform. What happens is, in American prisons, you got to join a bunch of other dudes for protection. And then those dudes say, well, you go and punch up that guy now. And you got to go and punch up that guy. And then you get a charge. And then you're in prison for longer. And then longer and longer. And some of them are just a lifetime of longer. It's fucking stupid. Yes. So I think we in the West should utilise Japanese prison system as an example. Right? As I've said before, prisoners are not going to like it initially, but they will get a short prison sentences. They will get a safer environment where they won't have to end up just having a life of nothing but jail. And they teach you shit in Japanese prison. You're not just sitting there staring at a wall and going all Bryce Roads and still believing in, oh, gangster rap, man. Yeah, well done. Yeah, that's what got you in prison, you dickhead. You know? He still believes in that shit. Yeah, so they teach you stuff like the art of manufacturing things, making stuff, which kind of separates man from most other creatures. Some birds will build a nest or whatever. You learn shit, right? So when you get out, you can go and say, you've got experience in making shit, and you get a job and start rebuilding your life again. And that's what they want. They want people to reform. As in the case of murder, I think it's life in prison. I don't think they've executed anyone for quite some time, but that some people might call for that. Being such a high-profile person that he killed. But I don't think the chap really thought out his plan. Right? He didn't exactly. Wasn't exactly thinking laterally. Yeah. I'm not laughing as in, this is really hilarious. It's not hilarious. It's destructive of one person's life, and it's destructive of his life, and what about, But you see, I'm talking about this in such a way because it's just so rare that, this is the safest country in the world. Sweden used to be the safest country in the world. Good after that. Anyways, it's the safest country in the world. And so, the rarity of it, If I was in downtown Chicago, I'd be hearing shots all over the show. I go, it's a Friday night. There's dead dudes all over the show. Oh, look, there's a body in that park over there, or whatever. Let's go and eat McDonald's. Yeah. So it doesn't happen. Yeah. And that's one of the... Someone asked me, what do you like most about Japan? And I said, I like the fact that it's safe. Yeah, it's safe, And rare have I ever seen a bunch of punchy poos. Yeah, sometimes some dudes, I've been in a few punchy poos, it's true. I'm getting a bit too OLD for that. I'm 52. I act like I'm an 18-year-old drinking a shandy. Yeah. does change it a bit, I suppose, honestly. God, I'm running out of beer now. I might have to go and solve that issue. Oh, let's go down there. There's another thing I like about Japan. 24/7, you can go and buy a beer. How's that? Oh, and it's not illegal to drink on the street. It is true that sometimes you might get picked up, because some people, for a foreign savage like me, right? Some people are like, oh, they're all scared. Oh, look at that guy. And yeah, it's happened to me a few times. And they come and want to drag me away. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And one time they dragged me in that jail over there. And I said, what the fuck am I doing here? And I started yelling at him, going, I'm Australian, and look at the way you're treating me, and what's going to happen? Who's going to be on the fucking chopping block? I was yelling at this guy, that one of the detectives that could speak English, and there's a whole bunch of them in the room. I'm just berating the guy, really, because I was pissed off. They stole my liberty, And I said, who's next on the chopping block when China come and take Taiwan? I started ripping in and talking about some serious historical moments, And what if they start doing that to you, And who's going to save your ass? And yeah, I wasn't very pleased about it, honestly. And so I said, the Operail law, you're drunk. And I said, I only started drinking, but I had been pissed the night before. And so I said, oh shit, I'm not going to pass this breatho test. So they give me a breatho test, and one of the other guys leans over and goes, whoa. The captain guy gives me a breatho test, and the other bloke leans over and goes, whoa. And I go, oh, let me have a look. And I think I must have been like one minuscule of an indicator under the Operail law. So they had to let me go. Yeah, but it's like, it's some things give me the shits. Like, for example, sometimes you might be walking down the street, and even without a beer, just being a foreign savage, and sometimes like women or whatever, they might just start running. Or even guys, they might get close, and then they just run away. they just start running. I'm like, what? It's happened a few times. I've spoken with others, and they said, oh, that's happened to them a lot. And they're a different hue than I, so the perception of them is often different than it is to me. Sorry, but it's just a fact. I'm a straight shooter, you see, so I like to talk the truth. Anyways, and it's like, they just start running. Rare would I ask someone, oh, excuse me, can you tell me what that that sign says, or what's that kanji? And generally people are like, yeah, it's a blah blah blah, and sometimes they'll even take you somewhere and go, yeah, I'll help you get there, blah blah. And I asked this woman walking down the street, and I said, oh, excuse me, could I kanji learn to say, what's that kanji? And because I wanted to know if it was the right shop. And she was like fearful, and just starts high speed walking away, I turn and I go, and there was an older bloke behind me, and I just sort of go, huh? And he laughed, and he said, oh, nothing, what do you need? And I asked him, and blah blah, he'd help me out. Yeah. In fact, not here, but one just down there, which is a totally opposite situation. There was a girl, and she'd been trying to start this motorcycle, kicking it over for a whole hour, and then a hero comes along, and now I ended up getting going for it. That bloody thing was flooded huge, so it's hodgepodge. It's essentially, maybe it's just too safe, I suppose. But that is one of the greatest aspects about this place. It's wonderfully safe. So even in a jail situation, as I'm talking about, it's safe. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Well, I can foresee that bloke. Oh God, I mean, Talk about effing up, you know. That'd be like shooting Paul McCartney or something. You just don't, you know. God, I mean, what a erroneous error of judgment. Dude's got an awesome place, man. I shouldn't really be filming that, but wow, he's got a kitchen right at the front there. That's a bar kitchen, and he's got that. Wow, what a nice place. This is the spot actually where that girl was trying to get a motorcycle going. And this old lady, when I actually got it going, oh God, did it fire. The flame came out of the exhaust system. And this old lady, oh, what is I? Which means, be quiet, shut up, man. And I explain to her, and oh, just trying to help this girl out. And she gruffs and walks away. Mm. Oh, there you go. What's this say? Look at this, isn't it? Right. Look at his little setup there. Little barbecue setup up there, that's really nice. It's actually 26 degrees Celsius right now. So I don't know what that is in that funny one-y Fahrenheit-y whatever. They've got a lovely barbecue thing too. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know what it is in that silly temperature gauge thing, but 26 degrees Celsius is, it's quite humidish right now, which is, it's just gorgeous. Okay, what I'll do, I'll click off and I'll go and get another refreshment. Yeah. There you go. Actually, I was watching Sergey. Not Sergey. I mean Sergey. S-C-R-G-E-Y. This bloke, he's walking around St. Petersburg. He's Russian. And he's showing, look, this is what all the sanctions are doing to us. And it's like doing nothing. Yeah, the people are just all, it looks like it's just a regular day in like a European country kind of thing. They're going along as per usual, which is probably what we should be doing instead of hating each other. Yeah. Crazy concept that is, like, just like lose the tension, lose the war, and just listen to shit like that. Alright, well, I'll click off and I'll go, and there's that Shinto shrine just there. I'm going to walk past that. Ah, that's better. I think that's cool. Walking through the laneways. Yeah, not a care in the world. No fool head's gonna come out and try to hurt you or something. Yeah, that's the way it generally is in this land. At this time of year, it's like just fantastic. Like the weather itself, just so fantastic. It's wonderful to, it's wonderful to go for a trundle. Not so long ago, I did it twice. Yeah. I went on one of my major circuits for walking. I've got like one circuit that takes like an hour and a half. You go the scenic beach route and around, and then a few others. But the main one that takes quite a number of hours, if I take a bunch of magazines Yeah. And it's over there. It's kind of like, if you can imagine, let's see, all those lights over there. Let's get out of this light and show you. All those lights over there, that sort of goes around that way. If you go straight down there, you get to like this marina type of thing, a good fishing area, and then all the way around, it's as if it's like a, if you could imagine like an inland sea kind of thing, and or like a lake kind of thing, but it's salt water, and it's just really nice to walk around there, especially on like a night where plenty of stars and good strong moonlit night, because there's not a whole lot of lights out there. Yes. We go down there. Gonna get across that. Nope. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh. That's the recurring injury. One of. That's my lower back compression just decided to say hi. It's kind of like stabbing nerve pain. Yes, it's never dropped me completely. It has sent me down a few times. One time, I ended up having to grab hold of this chain link fence and try to hold myself up with it. I know why that happened. Because I went for such an excessively long walk yesterday. It'll take a couple of days before the muscularities sort of strengthen up or whatever. But yeah, it's not a great feeling. I've had that for years. So I jumped into this valley type thing and I was standing up and load across, suspension decided to bottom out and my legs bottomed out, and there's not a whole lot of cushioning on those things. Boom. Yeah. And that's never been the same to it. But that's nowhere near the worst. So at least I got that. Yeah. July 10th or something along those lines. It's Saturday. It's a Saturday morning, I guess you could say. So what is it now? About 3 o'clock in the morning. Gorgeous. I've been noticing a lot of cloud. Weather word, and a whole lot of formulated clouds are coming together. It's sort of like with the temperature and all that stuff. It's sort of like, it feels like we might get a typhoon again. Yeah, and they are rad. I like going out in typhoons because I'm stupid. Yeah, kind of feels like that. God, I'm trying to think of that word. A weather pattern, weather. That word, can't remember. I said it the other day. Oh well, I'm just rambling anyway. God, it's sinking again. Just sinking. Too much thinking and not enough drinking. One of those sharky things. Sinking that guy's got a face. But God, what he's got ahead of him. You know, he's going to spend a lifetime. I don't think they'll execute him. I can't remember if they don't have that law anymore. Kind of looked like a frog. That one. How was I? But yeah, this bloke. I don't know if they still have the execution laws or whatever. The capital punishment, death penalty. They probably do. For real bad shit. But I think that a lot of people would like to see that this guy has a real bad day. And another one. And another one. And another one. We have a person. I presume that's what's going to happen to this guy. Yeah. I mean, he's gonna have a real fucking bad day in jail. But God, I mean prison. Dude over there walking his dog, the first person I've seen in ages, apart from the convenience back there. Tired old dude, so time means nothing to him. Yes. Shit. What's going on here? How are we going to navigate that? Can feel that back pain coming on. This way. Oh shit. Okay. See that happening. It's like 10 o'clock in the evening. It's lights out. And then 7 o'clock in the morning. Or like 10 to 7 or something. Lights come on. And then they hand a broom to you. You gotta sweep out the cell. And then you wait. Put it in a county jail. You can just lay down. You go and also they come along, open the door. Not door, like it's a barred kind of thing, so you can see through that. And you take you'll file out, the three of you, and take your futon and put it in a locker, and then you wash. But you're not allowed to wash your neck. It's all these rules. So you got this grimy beard type of thing, you know. And you're grimy like neck and ugh, God. And you're dreaming of a shower. And then you go back in, and then you lay down. And you're not allowed to use a pillow. You're not allowed to use a book as a pillow. Like that. And then you wait an hour, and then they'll bring around breakfast. Yes, breakfast. And that's really good stuff. And then clean all that up. And you, what's going on here? What's going on right now? Yeah. And then you they were about an hour, about half hour after they clean all that shit up, they'll let you out to the exercise yard. So do a bit of walking, and he lets you use an electric razor, which is absolutely useless if you've got a fair bit of growth. And then you get your books. And that place over there has got this is one time when I sort of had a bit of a punchy poos with a friend of mine. we're cool, but just the police didn't see it that way. They were like, no, we're just drunk, aren't you? No, that's school violence. Oh god. Anyways, that was years ago. And the only books they've got is Harry Potter. Now there's 4 books in the series as far as I know, and they've got 1, 2 and 4. I didn't want to read that shit, you know, and flying around on broomsticks and shit. But yeah, I've read all of that. Voldemort or whatever. So I read all that crap. You're not allowed to use them as a pillow. So, but you can kind of hear when they're coming. So, you know, use it as a pillow, and what I would use is a toilet paper roll and stick my head on that and put my head into the corner so they couldn't see that I've got a toilet paper roll. It just looks like I'm pressing my head against the wall. You know, this is what you think about when you're in there. This young guy's in there and he's rolling up toilet paper and making and going into the toilet and getting water, and then he's throwing it against the wall and it's going splatting, and just you make up games like that, and God, it's just because you've got nothing to do. That's what's so amazing about county jail here. It's just so boring, yeah. And you don't know how long you're going to be in for. So yeah, that's the psychological game of it. Oh, well. Anyways, but it is serious stuff. You know, to hear of a killing in this country that doesn't happen. And I mean, it's just so excessively rare. And if only these fools would know what prison means, I think that would be a major deterrent, you know, for just getting that outrageous. You know, I understand get out of hand a bit when you've had a few too many drinky poos, but to say soberly concoct a plan to destroy the life of another, does that warrant the death penalty? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they want that for that chap. But, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't won't get his sentence, at least for quite some time. I think he'll be in county jail in his own cell for a long time. So he's not going to get Epstein. You know? It's not going to happen. He's going to have a shitty time of it. So, I guess if you are being forced to believe all this just nonsense, right? Forced to believe hate, forced to hate yourself for what colour you are or whatever. You know, just it's bullshit. You don't need that. Get a different hobby. Yeah? So I'm gonna teach you about intersectionality. I'm a 8th dimension bloody orc from frickin' princess fucking universe somewhere, you know. And they believe this shit. It's their hobby, it's their life, it's their passion. They're just nonsense. I mean, I talk a lot of nonsense, have fun, because they're putting this stuff in.
Elemental forces caused the egg to hatch. From it then came a stone monkey. The nature of monkey was irrepressible.